Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CR-Vs, HR-Vs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CR-Vs, HR-Vs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
Hi, this is Larry DeMarco. I'm with Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Macy Folk and I have a new listing here at 614 South Queen Street. We'd love to give you a tour.
This charming stone home is turnkey ready. It has 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a fenced-in backyard, stone fireplace, new HVAC, stainless steel appliances, hardwood floors on the first 2 levels, and luxury vinyl flooring on the 3rd and 4th levels. There's plenty of room for a growing family with 2,008 square feet of living space. The home is located within walking distance to Martinsburg High School at 614 South Queen Street. Stop inside to discover a fully renovated interior that exudes elegance and charm by calling Macy Folk at 304-676-5050 or by emailing her at macyfolk1@gmail.com. The Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results is located at 804 North Queen Street in Martinsburg.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball! It's time for the excitement of American Legion Baseball, featuring the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets.
Myers with the pitch, swung on and missed. Jason Myers gets the last out, and the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the state champions of American Legion Baseball in West Virginia.
Let's go live to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team. Berkeley Post 14 coming off of a good performance at the Morgantown Woodbat tournament, losing, though, in the semifinals to Morgantown in their second matchup with Post 2. And the Hornets tonight, it's a combination of kind of the junior and the senior team, with a lot of guys either on vacation, some guys dealing with some injuries, as we'll hear from Coach Tobin about those as well. But overall, it's still been a great start to the season for this group, and both the junior and the senior team are a combined 15-1. So no matter what guys are out there on the field, you know there's going to be a lot of talent for Berkeley Post 14.
Right, we're going to see that pretty much right away when it comes to seeing Grant Henderson being the starting pitcher on the mound today, and we'll probably see a few pitchers for Post 14 no matter how today goes. But yeah, it's a pretty different lineup than the first game that we had. The top of the lineup I think is pretty much the same 1 through 4, but then past that it's going to be a bit different. But that just speaks to the depth that the team has, and we've seen Grant Henderson last year have a great performance in a junior game, and he's a guy that, it just speaks to, you could even say that speaks to the depth of Martinsburg High School's pitching depth, because he's a talented guy, freshman last year, and going into the high school season, he barely saw a whole lot of time because of the depth that the Bulldogs had. But he'll get a chance here against Brunswick to show a little bit of his stuff, and so will some of the other guys in the bottom of the lineup here that are not normally your guys that are going to see the starting lineup when everybody's here, and it's going to be a short bench for Post 14 today as well. So it'll be pretty interesting, especially since the bench has a couple guys on it that we more so think as pitchers rather than hitters. But I think, like you said, Nick, it's depth no matter what for Post 14. So they can afford to have days like this where the full lineup's not there, guys are away or busy or otherwise. So should be a good day. Yeah, and Tripp said, we're trying to find the best 9 guys that we're going to play at State. So whether that's junior or senior, doesn't really mean too much at the beginning of the year
It just matters who's playing there at the end of the year. So we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from manager Trip Tobin. This is Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
All right, here with manager of the Post 4. All right,
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. We're now going to hear from the manager of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin, here on the pregame show, brought to you by the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to skinnerwins.com. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road, and online at parsonsford.com. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Here's manager Tobin. Here's the manager of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin. Trip, team 4-1 on the year, coming off of the Morgantown tournament where you finished in the semifinals. Just overall, a really good tournament for your team. What did you take away from it?
Yeah, I thought we were able to see a lot of guys. We got a lot of reps in. I like going up there. We get we know we'll guarantee probably 3 to 4, possibly 5 games, and the facilities are wonderful. But put a lot of guys up on the mound. A couple struggled, which we didn't expect everybody to be perfect after being off for a while. But we found out some things we had to work on. We got some information that translates into what we need to work on. So, but yeah, we played Morgantown twice, split with them. They're going to be one of the top teams in the state, so we know what we're up against.
Is that kind of what the early part of the season is about, just trying to get a lot of guys out there and bringing them back to baseball?
Yeah, it's a lot about. The college guys have been out, for a long time. So, getting them up there, getting them 3 games in a row, you could see their progression was getting better, and their at-bats were getting better. And we could see some of the pitchers. Unfortunately, with pitching, you either have it or you don't sometimes. And a couple of our guys had it, a couple of our guys, didn't. But unlike bats, you can't just stay in the game. You have to come out and work on it, and then go to your next start. So, we feel like we are very strong in the pitching. We're not going to have our full roster here ever, and for this summer, because that's just what summer's like. Tonight, we don't have Fletcher, we don't have Boober's on vacation, we this one or that one. So we're going to bring a couple of young guys up and roll with it.
You've been able to do that already a little bit this year, and those guys have stepped in and played well. How much do you think that says about the talent around the area, but also just within your program, within the junior and the senior team?
Well, I think there's a tremendous amount of talent there. They're both extremely talented groups. I mean, Jet and Edwards have come up, and both of them have seemed to find a role here on the senior team, and I think they're going to settle on that. They certainly have shown themselves worthy of being up here with these guys, even though they're coming off their sophomore year and they're up here with some college guys. They want to get better. Henderson's going to throw tonight. He's was a performer down there for both teams this weekend as well, and Cole Smith's going to come up, and he's probably going to see a couple innings on the mound and fill in a little bit at second base while Boober's not there, and see if he can earn a spot here. So opportunities are there. Some guys are grasping it, and and we feel like we're in a good spot, and we feel like that come middle of July, we're going to know who the top 9-10 guys are that can win us a state tournament, hopefully.
Brunswick tonight, Frederick tomorrow, and then your tournament this weekend. So a lot going on this week for your team. What are you hoping to accomplish this week?
A lot of reps, moving some guys in and out, getting some guys on the mound tonight. Henderson will pitch some. Riley Morgan didn't pitch in the tournament. He was away a couple of days, and then also Cole Smith hasn't thrown up here at the senior level yet behind this team, so we're probably going to get all three of them on the mound tonight, 2 or 3 innings, 45 pitches, something like that. Cole and Henderson are probably going to, platoon a little bit there at second base while Boober's out, and see if that's something that they can handle, moving forward, because we're going to need somebody there, and might see some new faces, coming around. Expect maybe Jameer Brown, who's come off his injury, to start showing back up. He hurt his wrist or hand, I believe, in the state tournament, so I think he's about ready to play. And Owen Ruppenthal's out tonight with a pulled groin, and Taryn Boyle's got a hernia surgery, so he's looking to get back in July. So we're going to put this thing together. We got plenty of guys in the program, and all of them are going to contribute and get their at bats and get their reps, and we're going to have them ready for a state tournament. We're going to have them ready for next year.
All right, Trip. Thank you. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you to Trip as we get ready here for first pitch, Dylan. Just a few moments away. What are you looking forward to about this game here tonight?
I'm looking forward to the opportunities that Tripp kind of spoke to in the pregame interview. These guys that we're seeing in new spots, or at least spots that we're not used to seeing them in incredibly often. Like, I want to see how Grant Henderson does as a starting pitcher out here. I want to see Jet Gross at first base, and all those other names. Cole Smith on the mound eventually before this game is over. So, see if any of these guys step up and kind of either say make a name for themselves or earn themselves a spot on this team for when the state tournament does roll around.
We'll give you the starting lineups brought to you by Tris Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Tris Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at trisfloorsanding.com. We'll start with the visitors, post 96 out of Brunswick, Maryland. Leading off will be Boyer, the center fielder, batting second. McDonald, the right fielder, batting third. The third baseman, Lowry, batting fourth. The first baseman, Mullaney, batting fifth. The second baseman, Pierre, batting sixth. The left fielder, Pierre Marini, batting seventh. The first baseman, Fry, batting eighth. The catcher, Gregory, and batting ninth, a familiar name if you tune into our high school broadcast, Keegan Everhart from Martinsburg High School is batting ninth and playing shortstop here tonight for post 96. And then for Berkeley post 14, it will be Jordan Camby in center field and leading off. Batting second, the catcher Landon Sifford. Batting third, Cam Moore, the right fielder. Batting fourth, the shortstop J.J. Pavanelli. Batting fifth, the third baseman Braden Oviedo. Batting sixth, the designated hitter Braden Edwards. Batting seventh will be Cole Smith, the second baseman. And batting eighth, the first baseman Jet Gross. And rounding out the lineup is Cole Lewis in left field. Our first pitch is a called strike, and that was brought to you by the Murius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-4343. Second pitch is in there for called strike two, so good start here for Henderson on his first two pitches, and that one fouled away. So Grant Henderson
Henderson did a really good
working
job.
Ahead here, 0-2.
He really did a really good job of painting the outside corner on the first 2 pitches of the game.
The 0-2 from Grant is lined out toward right field. Behind the second baseman, Cole Smith, comes back and makes the catch for out number 1.
I'm not sure if exactly it's a curveball or a slider, but Henderson's got a lot of movement on that breaking ball.
So fly out to the second baseman and shallow right to begin things here for Brunswick. And the next pitch is a called strike 1. Our top of the first is brought to you by the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields and Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880. The 0-1 hit on the ground towards short. Oviedo Pavanelli sliding in the hole. Can't quite make the backhanded play, and it heads into left field for a single for McDonald.
He pretty much had to make that slide to be able to have a shot at getting up and making that throw over, but he just couldn't quite slide and read the bounce of the ball at the same time, and it just popped off the kind of the wrist of the glove.
Throw over to first, gets away from Jet Gross and heads into the bullpen area. McDonald is rounding second, headed for third. The throw from Gross is perfect, and the tag from Oviedo is in time for out number 2. Brunswick gets aggressive and pays for it there. Is a great throw from Gross, though.
It was. I thought that was going to be an easy third base for Boyer there. Wow. Or
McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald, excuse me. But, what a throw.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive there on the base pass, and it ends up being 2 outs now and a swing and a miss on this first pitch to Lowry, the third baseman. So he gets behind 0-1. Not sure how much first base Jet Gross has thrown or played, as Henderson kind of slipped on the mound there.
Well, they're really lucky that they made that throw over, because that would have been just balked home a run. Although he wouldn't have been in the windup. Well, maybe he would have been in the windup with a runner on third, but
in this scenario, just a ball. So 1-1, called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. It is Lowry at the plate, the third baseman. He takes that one low for ball 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grant Henderson, saw him a lot on the Martinsburg JV team again this year, as this one's hitting on the ground toward third, and Oviedo makes a perfect throw in time for the final out of the inning. So it ends up being a 3-up, 3-down inning, but a little bit of a weird way of getting there. But Hornets coming to the plate here for the bottom of the first. When we come back, this is Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 1 minute.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We welcome you back here to Martinsburg, P.O. Faulkner Park. Berkeley Post 14 Hornets action here. The weather for this evening's contest, 72 degrees and mostly cloudy, or partly cloudy, I would say. Look a little bit more positive there. But
yeah, I wouldn't say mostly cloudy.
But anyway, weather brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proudly to be the owners who just care more. As we're going to see Brunswick Going up against Berkeley Post 14, we'll see kind of a different Hornets lineup. It will be Fry on the mound for Brunswick, with Gregory doing the catching. For Berkeley Post 14, it's Henderson doing the pitching and Landon Sifford doing the catching. Our starting battery is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. So it will be Jordan Canby to lead things off here in the bottom of the first for Berkeley Post 14.
And despite all the guys that they're missing, they do have, as I mentioned before, the 1 through 4 from the last game that we saw.
I believe 1 through 5, unless Oviedo was.
That's true, yeah. Oviedo did bat fifth, yep.
So here's a swing and a miss or foul tip for strike one. Bottom of the first, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com. And the 0-1, called strike two.
Pain to the outside.
Yeah, other than that, though, 6 through 9, all a little bit different. I think Cole Lewis might have been in that 9 spot last time we saw them as well. As this one foul or hit off the end of the bat, hits off the bag, takes a weird bounce, and Canby's going to be on. That was one of the weirder plays. It looked initially like it was going to go foul for sure. It was kind of a check swing on that one. And then it stayed up the line, bounced off that first base bag to stay fair over the head of the first baseman, Mulaney, and Canby's on.
He was just kind of letting it come to him or letting it go foul, and it bounced right off the bag and over. He tried to barehand it and went right over his hand. It was a good pitch that got, Canby jammed, but a bad stroke of luck for how the ball bounced.
So Hornets get a runner on, and Landon Sifford will come to the plate, the catcher, and a throw over to check the speedy Canby, and he stays back in there safely. Fry, the lefty, will keep those runners close for Berkeley Post 14, a team that typically likes to use its speed to its advantage. And when you look at this top three, a lot of speed in these three batters. As Fry's pitch here called strike number 2 on Landon Sifford, the catcher.
They're good breaking ball that found its way over the plate on the outside half. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of speed out of Fry's pitches so far.
The 0-2, a little bit high this time.
He's got good movement. He got good movement, though, and
kind of an interesting release. Definitely makes it
a
little bit tough to judge, I feel like, out of the hand. A little bit of sidearm action.
That pitch was.
Yeah.
I think
not every time that'll play.
Yeah, he's switching up the arm angles. It's a very unique approach up on the mound.
2-2 count. No outs. Runner on first for the Hornets. They'll check the speedy Canby over there at first, and they'll run back safely. Berkeley Post 14 in its red jerseys with the blue letters and blue numbers across the chest and the white pants. Pitch here. Fouled away by Landon Sifford.
Meanwhile, Brunswick looking very Jefferson-esque with their uniforms.
Yeah, the maroon and gold with the white pants as well. 2-2 count. Breaking ball that misses outside for ball 3. So Sifford in a good at-bat here in this 2-hole. Works it to a 3-2 count. Nobody out and a runner on first base in Canby. The former Martinsburg teammates here as Landon Sifford will pop this one up right field. Charging in is McDonald. Loses his hat. Or no, he didn't lose the hat, but has a lot of flow on the hair, and he charges in and makes the play.
I think he almost lost the hat. He had to push it. He's pushing it back down now. I think it was starting to come off.
A little bit of wind blowing out towards center field, but then the flags and right are also blowing, but the flag in left is not blowing at all. So I should say left center field, but
I guess that means the wind's coming from left field in towards the fields, and the trees are blocking it from
right
the American flag out in left.
You see that a lot here. But anyway, next pitch is lined into left field by Cam Moore and down for a base hit. Now takes an awkward bounce for Pierre Marini, and he struggles to get it in, and now the throw home will not be in time. The speedy Camby will come around to score, and Berkeley Post 14's on the board first with the Cam Moore RBI double. Or single of an error, I guess you would rule that, but either way.
I think Pierre Marini could have, if he really was aggressive with that one, could have gotten in and caught that ball on the fly, but he decided to just let it, to play it as if it was going to be a hit no matter what. And then it was a line drive, I think, more so than he thought it was going to be. And he just didn't judge that one well at all, really.
But either way, Moore standing on second, and Berkeley Post 14 has the early 1-0 lead. The first pitch to Pavanelli is in there for a called strike.
It's a great piece of hitting by Cam Moore, though, to hit that ball the other way.
One of the best hitters in the area when he was in high school, and definitely now that he's in college, one of those guys as well. As here's no 2 count.
Right, leadoff hitter for Fairmont State as a freshman. That tells you all you really need to know right there.
Pavanelli works it to a 0-2 count. Moore takes his lead, and Pavanelli sends a slapper over toward first. Maloney gets to it. Good cover from Fry to get the out on the ground out from Pavanelli. Runner advances and Cam Moore to third base. And 2 down here in the inning for Braden Oviedo.
Productive out, at the very least. You don't have the sacrifice from third to home with 2 outs, but still moves the runner over.
Oviedo, third baseman, takes that one for a called strike 1 at the knees. Oviedo had a great season for the Martinsburg Bulldogs this spring, as this one misses just outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Oviedo with the speedy Cam Moore on third base, and 2 down here in the inning, a 1-0 Berkeley Post 14 lead over Brunswick Post 96. The next pitch is a bouncer, gets off the glove of the catcher. Moore hesitated and could have came home to score most likely, but with the hesitation just retreats back to the bag and says, hey, that one's on me.
I was going to say that's exactly why the Pavanelli ground out there was productive, because it could have, a wild pitch would get a guy home, but yeah, Moore just had a little too much hesitation.
The 2-1. This is outside for ball 3 on Oviedo. And this is, like we said, the part of the lineup where after Oviedo, it's all different guys than we saw last week. As this one misses outside for ball 4. I believe some of them, though, did play over the weekend with the Hornets senior team, and, of course, are members of both the junior and the senior team. Braden Edwards will come to the bat here, the DH.
Used to seeing him as catcher for Martinsburg here at P.O. Faulkner. Oviedo drew himself a walk. He's very patient at the plate. He draws a lot of walks.
Catcher is definitely one of the more loaded positions on both of these teams. You have, of course, even today, 2 catchers in the lineup, or 3 catchers in the lineup, with Edwards, Moore, and Sifford. And then you have Taryn Boyles, who plays on both teams, as this one misses a little bit low. You have Brett Pedersen, I believe, on the junior team as well. So, it's just catchers, and more catchers.
It's good to have. You don't. That's kind of the one position where I think
Cole Smith, who's playing second, also can catch.
A lot of
so
teams
you have 4 catchers in the lineup today, or guys that have caught.
I think that I'd say that feels like a lot of times the hardest position to have depth at, because a lot of times, especially in the major leagues or even lower, you'll see teams only carry 2 guys.
This one hits off of Edwards and hits foul.
So catcher is usually the easiest position to say if there's an injury or some sort of, you got to take one guy out, move him around, and that can be the first position to go in terms of depth. But that's not a problem with this team.
No, for sure. I mean, the other thing about these guys is they can move around, like we're seeing today. Obviously, Moore's played outfield, Sifford's played outfield. Smith we're seeing at second base, so versatility is definitely key, I think, especially when you're at this age, kind of in between either high school and college or getting ready to play college or already in college, but a younger player in college. If you want to get on the field, you got to be able to play multiple positions.
Yeah, these are kind of like all-star teams for their areas a lot of times, especially around here. So a lot of times those guys are able to move around as part of their. If you're good at one position, you typically have that
learn to play
versatility.
another.
Yeah.
2-2 count as this one's fouled away by Edwards.
Or it can be a situation where your bat is so good, and it's like we're going to get you in the lineup one way or the other. You figure it out. You figure out right field, a corner outfield, figure out a corner infield. One of those things.
The 2-2 high. Oviedo takes off, slides into second, nearly slides by the bag, but is safe with the stolen base. So it's now 2 runners in scoring position for Berkeley Post 14 on a 3-2 with 2 down. Manager Tobin yelling out singles to his team, and Edwards checks swing. He went around according to the home plate umpire, and it's strike 3. So Berkeley Post 14 threatens, but is unable to add much more than just 1 run. Did have a chance though for a big inning, but only get 1 across. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
WVU Medicine is pleased to have physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology all in one place at the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, located in a custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the WVU Medicine Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. We look forward to welcoming patients at this larger location in Spring Mills. For more information about the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, call 304-596-5038.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, John Allerton, our on-site producer, back in the studio is Kyle McLaughlin. 1-0 Berkeley Post 14 here as we head to the top half of the second, brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg, a nice place to do business. Grant Henderson on the mound for the Hornets. Mulaney, Pierre, and then Pierre Marini due up here for Brunswick. 0-1 count here as Mulaney takes the first pitch for a called strike. Sends this one on the ground toward Oviedo at third. Oviedo fields it cleanly and throws the first in time for the out. So a 5-3 ground out, just like we ended the first inning, begins the second inning here. And Pierre will come to the plate here, the second baseman.
So far, Henderson's done a good job of when the Brunswick players are swinging through. These pitches inside, they're kind of jamming them over to the left side.
That one fouled away by Pierre. And Grant Henderson, a guy that probably would have been a part of most teams in the EPAC's rotation at the varsity level. As this one's fouled away, we saw how good he was on the junior Hornets last year. But plays here in Martinsburg, stayed at Martinsburg even with the transfer rule, and didn't get a ton of playing time, but clearly still got a lot of talent, still has 2 more years to show that at varsity next year and the year after, as this one's popped up toward left field, and Cole Lewis charges over to make the play for the second out. So definitely looking forward to seeing Grant Henderson's development, Dylan, over the next few years, because we've seen it in the summer, but we haven't really had a chance to see it at the varsity level too much.
Right, with Carson Buber and Lane DeLauder, Christian Alter, all those guys being the main starters for Martinsburg, and all those guys graduating as well. We didn't see a lot of them this year in the high school season, but we should see a lot of them next year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he dominated JV from my understanding, what I would just hear about Grant Henderson. But did play a little bit off the bench, but not, again, a ton because of all those guys. So, certainly a talented player. 2-0 count, 2 down. Pierre Marini at the plate. And the next pitch from Grant Henderson, a little bit low for ball 3.
Seems like it's these fastballs that haven't been thrown high enough so far in this at-bat. He's had pretty good control of the breaking ball so far.
3-0 count. And the next pitch from Henderson, low for ball 4. So after 5 straight retired in some ways, I mean, McDonald did get a single, but was then thrown out down there at third. So technically, I guess he wasn't retired, but Marini breaks up the 3 in a row set down and reaches on base. And now pitch here is a little bit low for a ball to Fry, the pitcher.
I'd say Pierre probably has had the best contact of the day so far for Brunswick, and that was an out, line out to left field.
Yeah, it looked like for a second that was going to get down, but it ended up staying up a little bit too long.
That hit by McDonald wasn't great contact. It was just a tough play for Pavanelli to make. Just kind of hit it right in the perfect spot. So, Henderson's pitched very well so far.
Next pitch, fouled away.
We had a very quick mound visit out there. It literally just looked like he walked up onto the mound and said maybe a sentence to him.
Sometimes that's all a guy needs.
Yeah.
It's a 1-1. Lined into right field. That ball's hit well, and that will get down. Camby gets to it quickly, though, to hold him to just a single. And Pierre Marini will head to third base. So it's runners on the corners for Brunswick and 2 down for Gregory, the catcher.
Well, there's your newest best contact of the day. It still wasn't right on the money sort of contact, but it was just well enough to get into that no man's lane in the gap.
Yeah, Camby, though, good job to get over there and cut that one off, or it could have been dangerous. Could have definitely scored a run and possibly done a double or a triple, but Camby got to it quickly to keep it in front. 0-1 count here with a big swing and miss for Gregory for strike 1. So 0-1, 2 down, and runners on the corners. The next pitch from Henderson, a breaking ball in there for a called strike 2.
Like I said, that breaking ball he's really had good movement and good control on it so far. It seems like the fastball has been what has kind of been a little more all over the place.
Henderson with the long pause, looks into his catcher, Sifford, nods his head and delivers on 0-2. Runner takes off, called strike 3. That will end the inning on the strikeout looking from Gregory. And we will head to the bottom of the second, 1-0. Berkeley Post 14. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dungeness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. John Arden, our on-site producer. Back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. 1-0 Hornets as we head to the bottom of the second here, Dylan. Our bottom of the second is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Again, it's a 7-inning game here today. Sometimes, Legion, you'll see 9 innings depending on what the two teams agree to, but at least in the regular season, and then I believe all postseason is just 7. But Dylan, here we are in the second, bottom of the second. See more of this Hornets lineup. It will be Smith, Gross, and Lewis duo.
Yeah, this is really the part of the order that I'm interested in. The guys, these are the guys that are kind of your fill-ins today. Now, Edwards is too, but this part of the lineup, are any of these guys going to have themselves a good day at the plate and really earn some more at-bats later in the year?
Yeah, I mean, sounds like Jet Gross is starting to earn a spot on this team based off of the interview I had with Tripp earlier. And, of course, Cole Lewis has been on the senior team in left field. But I think as this one's hit on the ground toward right, it's definitely probably the part of the order where you're going to see the most changes, possibly. I mean, depending on who all throughout the year is available, of course, because some of the guys that aren't here today will most likely still be in these spots. But I would think first is definitely a question mark for this team. And here's a 1-2. Just misses for ball 2 to Cole Smith. Second will probably be Boober's spot when he's back. This one slapped down the third base line. Going to be a tough play for the left-handed pitcher, and he can't make it in time as Smith will beat it out for an infield single.
It was kind of a swinging bunt. He got jammed so much that the ball just was able to find a perfect spot where it didn't roll far enough to get to the third baseman. Pitcher had to make a big commute over to the ball. Couldn't make the throw over in time.
Lefty versus lefty matchup here is the first baseman, Jet Gross, comes to the plate and takes that first one, a bouncer for ball 1. So 1-0 count, runner on first. And the next pitch is high for ball 2.
See if Fry's able to maintain his command, because once the ball starts getting away from you, that's when this lineup can really start to feel like a lot. You let this lineup turn over back to the top, and with runners on base, it could start being a problem.
2-0 count here on Gross. Smith takes his lead. The next pitch misses high and inside for ball 3. So Fry losing a little bit of control here in the second inning. And the Hornets looking to take advantage and get 2 on with nobody out. Gross is ahead 3-0. Definitely will be taking here on 3-0. No. He got the green light and he sends it into left field, but it's caught by Pierre Marini out there in left for the first out.
I think that might have been ball 4 too. I think it might have been a little outside. I think it would have been a close call, but that's not the pitch I'd swing at on 3-0.
I'll bring Cole Lewis to the plate, the left fielder. And Lewis takes that one for a call, strike 1. And yeah, I think also, though, it's a situation like Tripp said the other day, I believe on the show this was, early in the year, they're going to more likely to let guys swing away, maybe not give them the green light or whatever, or not tell them to swing on certain at-bats, because you got to get the bats rolling if you want to be successful all season long, and in order to do that, you got to put the ball in play. As this one's hit on the ground toward third, it's going to be a tough play, but it is in time to get the speedy Lewis there at first. He does advance the runner, but now 2 down here. There's a good play from Lowry on that awkward bounce and throw out the speedy Lewis.
Yeah, a little bit of a bobble. It kind of came up into his body, so I think he didn't really have it in the glove. And so it dropped back down to the ground. He had to pick it back up. A fire to throw is very close play at first.
Jordan Canby will take this first one for a called strike one.
I'm glad I didn't have to make that call at first. But the umpire's a lot closer, so.
0-1 count, 2 down, runner on second for Berkeley Post 14, and the 0-1 to Canby is fouled away. Canby reached in that first inning on what I ruled an error, but could have kind of gone either way. It was a weird play over there at first base.
Yeah, weird hop off the bag. Could have gone either way.
0-2, misses well outside. The only reason why I felt like it could be an error is maybe first baseman should have charged in on a little bit more. But I don't know if technically that would be ruled an error or not.
I'm going to guess in the scorebook officially it's a hit, but it's up to the discretion.
1-2, fouled away by Canby. I guess I could look.
We have the technology.
1-2, hit on the ground towards second. Second baseman throws. Canby slides into first, but not in time for the out. So, led to the third. Hornets again get a runner on with the Smith single, but unable to get him across the score. And it is 1-0 Berkeley Post 14 as we head to the third inning. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and T10.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
Where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the third inning, top of the third, brought to you by the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. Grant Henderson remains the pitcher for Berkeley Post 14. He's not expected to go super deep here this evening, as we should see Riley Morgan at some point. I believe Cole Smith at some point as well. So we're going to see some different pitching throughout the game. Dylan, again, kind of similar to what we were talking about with the bats, kind of having free reign at the plate to swing away in most scenarios. You want to throw a lot of different arms, so you're going to give a lot of guys opportunities no matter how somebody's pitching. But here's a bouncer hit toward third. Oviedo again with the 5-3 ground out. That's his third put away so far, or put out, as Boyer grounds out to third to lead off the third inning.
It's the little things you get sometimes, knowing that Everhart and Oviedo.
Everhart grounding out there.
Yeah, knowing that Everhart and Oviedo are teammates. Oviedo is very up into the turf, awaiting a possible bunt, and then fired that ball to third base, even though he had plenty of time, knowing the speed of Everhart as well.
So Boyer here takes that one outside for ball one. And the 1-0 hit on the ground towards second. Smith fields it cleanly, throws a little bit high, but Gross makes the play in time for the out. So quickly 2 up, 2 down here for Brunswick on the 4-3 ground out, and that will bring McDonald to the plate, who singled his first time.
Let's see if he can get on base again. But Henderson, I think, has gotten himself into a little bit of a groove. Starting to get through a little bit of the top of the lineup again, or at least past the leadoff hitter.
So misses low for ball one to McDonald, right fielder. And the 1-0 from Grant Henderson. Called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wonderful see Grant Henderson for a 4th inning. I'm not sure if we will or not.
I can't tell you. This one hit on the ground over the head of Henderson. Hesitation from Smith, the second baseman, but he still makes the play and gets him in time for the out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Grant Henderson and Berkeley Post 14. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Hornets. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Brought to you by the team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop here for the bottom of the third. As Hornets coming back to the plate here, Dylan, it'll be Landon Sifford to lead things off, the catcher, followed by Cam Moore and J.J. Pavanelli.
It's a good part of the lineup to try to get some insurance runs up.
Yep, 2, 3, 4 hitters. 1-0 count here on Sifford, and he takes that one for a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Landon Sifford, the catcher. Flew out to right field his first time around. Second at-bat of the game for him here, and this one misses outside for ball 2.
That first strike call, I think Sifford is looking, kind of had the body language of, you better call that when I'm behind the plate as well. But
2-1, misses inside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Landon Sifford. Fry so far has been pretty good out there on the mound for the lefty, and the lefty's pitch here, though, misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk. We'll see if it comes back and hurts Brunswick here for the Hornets to get a runner on to lead off the inning, which is something that they've done each inning. A single last inning from Smith, and Jordan Tamby reaching in the first as well. Sifford will lead off this inning with the walk.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, Michael Poltar.
Another catcher.
See? They're full of them. They're full of catchers. They're never going to run out.
You hope not, at least.
It'd be pretty hard.
A throw over Poltar nearly got picked off, but throw was off the glove of Mulaney, and he slides back in safely.
It might be good that he dropped the ball. That was going to be close otherwise.
The other day, Poltar kind of hesitated on his way back. And this one runs in and hits Cam Moore, so 2 on here for the Hornets on free bases with a walk and a hit by a pitch. That'll bring J.J. Pavanelli to the plate, who grounded out his first time to first.
Yeah, Fry starting to lose it a little bit. Here comes, I don't know if this is a pitching change or just I think it might be. It's at the very least a mound visit, but I think they might be taking the ball.
I believe that is the head coach for Brunswick, so. They're pointing at people.
Yeah, it looks like some infield direction.
Could be. Sometimes I thought maybe he was saying, hey, you go here, you go there.
It started to look like that at first. Like, okay, we're changing pitchers, you go to this position, this and that. But no, just directing the infield, I think. Probably third baseman probably stay even with the bag.
There's a pitcher warming out there in the right field bullpen.
Yep, they're going double play depth third baseman's pretty much even with third base.
Pitch here, a little bit low. The J.J. Pavanelli, who, again, as I mentioned, grounded out his first time up, has 2 runners in scoring, or 2 runners on the base paths, 1 runner in scoring position. And Poltar out there at second, and down at first, Cam Moore.
Everhart's pushed a little over towards second base to keep Poltar honest at second, so his lead doesn't get too much. But
the 2-0 fouled away by Pavanelli.
There's activity in the Brunswick bullpen. Looks like number 8, Justin Ricketts. And there's another pitcher over there as well. That might be Blake Kutcher, number 12.
Yeah, I don't think he's throwing. I think he's just the watch guy in case a ball were to come over.
It's actually number 17, Jeremy Bell, but yeah, he's not pitching.
3-1 count. 2 on. Nobody out. The next pitch to Pavanelli is high for ball 4. And now it might be the change if that guy's ready over there in the bullpen as the bases are loaded on all 3 bases so far. And this will be our pitching change. So we'll go ahead and take a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll have the new pitcher for you. This is American Legion Baseball, Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Hornets have a 1-0 lead and the bases loaded. We're back in 30 seconds.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, dudgeoness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. So pitching change is going to be Ricketts, as Dylan had mentioned earlier, and then I believe Boyer is going to be out of the game, and Fry is going to head to center field.
I believe so.
That's
that
what it
seems
looks like, and that's what I believe he said.
Yep. That's what we're told. So, yeah, Alex Fry moves from pitcher to center field. Colton Boyer in the leadoff spot will go to the bench. So it'll be Justin Ricketts coming in for him and going to the mound.
Yep, and he will then hit in the leadoff spot.
Yep.
So, a little bit interesting to see your leadoff guy taken out in the middle of the game, but
yeah, that's what my thought was as well.
But maybe they want to keep Fry in there. I mean, he does have a single in that first at-bat, so keep him in the lineup. He has to play center field, I guess, probably, or that's probably his best position outside of pitching. So, hey, it makes sense. From that perspective, maybe. And,
sure.
And get Ricketts some at-bats. This is Legion, so, you're trying to get most guys in the game, I think, most of the time. And we'll see some innings here from Ricketts pitching. So
now comes the potential issue that we saw with Post 14 last game and in the first inning as well, is getting the runners in the scoring position, and then do you
first
actually
2 innings.
Yeah,
they had
very true.
Smith on second.
More so in the first because they had second and third, but you're right, Nick, second inning as well. But now bases loaded and no outs for Oviedo.
Breaking ball, misses inside for ball 1. So, yeah, so far Berkeley Post 14 has stranded 3 runners. Does have a run, though, up on that board at 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. The next pitch to Oviedo is fouled away, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a good guy to have at the plate, though, with runners in scoring position. And it's coming off of a great season for Martinsburg. And the next pitch to Oviedo, a big swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Off-speed pitch. Got out in front of it, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think he was sitting dead right on a fastball, and he did not get it.
Runners take their leads. The next pitch, low and outside for ball 2. Good job by the catcher Gregory to keep it in front. as the Hornets did not take advantage of a wild pitch earlier in the game. Could have made it 2-0. So a base running mistake, not just the bats struggling in these situations. This time when it gets away from Gregory, though, the runner Poltar scores easily from third base, and the Hornets extend their lead out to 2-0 on the wild pitch or pass ball.
This is a heck of an opportunity to bust the game open. Even, get that one run across, still no outs. It's a full count here as well.
Yep, 3-2 on Oviedo. It's been all free bases to get the runners on, so Oviedo's going to poke this one out toward right, but go foul as he kept it alive there on what looked to maybe be a pitch a little bit low or possibly outside, but Oviedo didn't want to.
He's protecting the plate.
It.
Yeah, protecting the plate. Didn't want to chance it. It was borderline. I see why he swung at it.
The 3-2, that one is well outside for ball 4. So it's 4 walks here in the inning, and now the bases are back loaded. Oviedo's got 2 walks on the day, and Braden Edwards will come to the plate, who struck out his first time. Yeah, this is a great opportunity, Dylan. You have power at the plate, a guy that we've seen homer here at P.O. Faulkner Park before. You have.
And saw hit a grand slam at Musselman.
Yeah. As here's a breaking ball for a called strike 1. If the base is loaded, nobody out, this is your chance if you're the Hornets to really break it open. But you got to be patient at the plate because these pitchers so far are struggling to find the zone this inning, as this one's low for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Edwards.
Yeah, it can be very tempting when you see all ducks on the pond, guys on every base, to just swing away, try to get those RBIs for yourself. But
the 1-1, low for ball 2. They don't want to be overly aggressive, but obviously, just stay in the moment, I think, is what you would say in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
No reason to overthink it. 2-1. Hit hard past the diving first baseman Mulaney and into right field. That will score 2, as the throw home will not be in time. And Berkeley post 14 extends the lead to 4-0. Runners advance on the throw to second and third as Edwards sent a rocket down that right field line. And the Hornets have a 4-0 lead here in the third.
Just barely able to see with the bases loaded. Infielders, especially on the corners, are in a little bit. There's less time for the first baseman to react to that one on a line. Kind of low on the ground, just went kind of right by his foot.
So I'll bring second baseman Cole Smith to the plate, who singled his first time up. And another RBI opportunity for Berkeley post 14. There's a breaking ball called strike 1.
Now things really get interesting for the bottom of the order. These guys trying to find these spots, keep these spots, drive in a couple runs. That's a good way to do it.
1-1 count. Nobody out. 4-0. Post 14. 2 on. Cole Smith at the plate. Ricketts looks into his catcher Gregory and delivers again and misses low and outside there for ball 2. So 2-1 now. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on a elevated fastball, looked like possibly there.
Yeah, got him to chase down the high fastball. That was up by the shoulders. Couldn't lay off.
And the 2-2 again. This one popped up shallow right field. Charging in is McDonald. He'll make the play on the run. Hornets tag, but don't come home initially. Ball got away, though, from the catcher Gregory. But just staying put over there is Oviedo, probably smartly. As if the throw was online, it would have most likely been an out, but it ended up being offline.
Better safe than sorry. There's no outs. You've already gotten a couple runs across this inning. There's no reason to push it.
So fly out to right field. And they'll bring Jet Gross to the plate. Still 2 guys in scoring position and a lefty up here. Pretty good situation for the Hornets if he can just hit one hard out there toward right, or even hard on the ground, could score a run from third.
Yeah, get it into play. So the infield's in, so more opportunity to hit it over somebody's head.
The 0-1 count, hit on the ground. Manager Tobin can't make the play in foul territory. So it's just an 0-2. One gone, and the next pitch fouled away again. So Jet Gross flew out to left field his first time up.
It was a pretty well hit ball as well.
Yeah, I thought initially it was going to get down. Another pitch here from Ricketts. Runs in, nearly hits Gross. He ducks out of the way for ball one.
Gross is crowding the plate a little bit. He's way up there in the box. So it's been hard for him to really get around on those super inside pitches and do anything other than foul them off.
The 1-2. Again, high for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone here in the inning. 2 on for Berkeley Post 14 and a 4-0 lead for the Hornets as well against Brunswick Post 96. Hornets back in action tomorrow here at P.O. Faulkner Park as Gross will send this one into left field for a base hit and an RBI single. Second run is being waved home. The throw from Brunswick to second base from Keegan Everhart gets the out. Another run, though, did come across the score to make it 6-0. Smart heads-up play from Everhart. A player down there at second. I believe that's Pierre, the second baseman, Colin Pierre. But, good plays there on both ends, Dylan. Hopefully, though, Pierre okay over there at second.
Right, yeah, if that cutoff would have come home, it would have been a close play, but
I don't think they would have got him.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I think Gross kind of slid past the bag a little bit, and they were able to make that play. I don't know if that was the first tag that got him out or a second one.
It did look like Everhart's throw, though, beat him initially. So then it just came down to, did he accidentally slide past the bag or whatever the case may be. But quickly to his feet is Pierre over there at second, and he appears to be all right. So that's good to see after that hard play at the plate. But Jet Gross drives in 2. Is thrown out at second on the 2 RBI single. That'll bring Cole Lewis to the plate, and Hornets have kind of done what you wanted to see, Dylan. Put the ball in play with the runners in scoring position this inning.
Right, they've come through this time. Absolutely. And just like that, game's broken open.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now. 6-0, have a nice, comfortable cushion. We'll see if any pitching changes for Berkeley Post 14 changes the complexion of the game a little bit, but there's a taken strike 1 here to Lewis, the number 9 hole hitter. In this big third inning for the Hornets, as this one's hit on the ground foul down that third base line from Lewis. Lewis grounded out to third his first time around. Playing left field again here tonight. And the 0-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground toward third. Fielded cleanly. And the throw to first is in time for the final out of the inning. But the Hornets put up 5 this inning. They're now up 6-0 in the ball game. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We're back in 60.
Hi, this is Larry DeMarco. I'm with Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Macy Folk and I have a new listing here at 614 South Queen Street. We'd love to give you a tour.
This charming stone home is turnkey ready. It has 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a fenced-in backyard, stone fireplace, new HVAC, stainless steel appliances, hardwood floors on the first 2 levels, and luxury vinyl flooring on the 3rd and 4th levels. There's plenty of room for a growing family with 2,008 square feet of living space. The home is located within walking distance to Martinsburg High School at 614 South Queen Street. Stop inside to discover a fully renovated interior that exudes elegance and charm by calling Macy Folk at 304-676-5050 or by emailing her at macyfolk1@gmail.com. The Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results is located at 804 North Queen Street in Martinsburg.
Top of the 4th here between Post 14 and Brunswick. Post 96. As our top of the 4th is brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit fmiwv.com. Dylan, we're getting a whole bunch of...
We've got 10 for 21 and 6 for 15 for Brunswick.
22 for 20.
And 22 for 20.
You said 6 for 16 or
6 for 15.
6 for 15.
And 9 for 2.
And the last one is 12 for 4.
And then last one's 12 for 4.
6 for 15, 12 for 4. Was there another one in there? 9 for 2?
Yeah.
All right. I think I got them all now.
And for Post 14.
On that side, at least.
Post 14, Poltar's behind the plate.
Poltar's in the game. I don't think he's behind the plate. That's still Sifford back there.
Or excuse me. Poltar's in for Smith.
Okay.
Poltar's in right field, and Cam Moore went from right field to second base.
Gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate that. As called strike there on the outside corner. 0-2 count here, Dylan. Grant Henderson's still doing the pitching, though, which is something to kind of note is that they've kept them on.
That was a lot to keep track of, all those changes without myself writing them down. But, yeah, Henderson now, refocus. He's still out here for a 4th inning, and he's been dealing, so.
Yeah, he's only given up 1 hit, so. This one hit toward right, and that's going to hit off and get down and then bounce off the wall. And standing up at second base is Lowry.
Well, way to jinx him, Nick.
Well, still only giving up 2 hits.
Yeah, he's still doing great, but that's just a great hit right there. Perfectly placed. Sat back on it, hit the other way, got it to fall in fair.
So we're going to see Carson I here come to the plate. And then Blake Kutcher's now in the game. He's batting in the 5th spot.
I believe that was 5 substitutions for Brunswick.
Yeah, a lot going on there. But we're about halfway through, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Or almost halfway, I guess.
It's not something a coach would ever admit, but hey, now that you're down 6-0, hey, you might as well let the bench get some running.
Right, for sure. And then we have Will Fry due up as well in the 6th hole. And then in the game for Keegan Everhart in that number 9 spot will be Connor Oler. So currently it's I at the plate and a runner on second and Lowry, the third baseman. Pitch here from Henderson. Bounces off the plate. Gets away from Sifford. And the runner heads to third. So Lowry now on third base with nobody out. And a 1-0 count. Great opportunity for Brunswick to get on the board here Dylan, and cut into this lead a little bit and keep fighting.
Right. Brunswick came in with a 9-man bench versus Post 14 having a 3-man bench. And
hits it well over towards second. Going to be a tough play. Getting to it is Cam Moore, and he makes the out. But the run does come home to score. So Lowry scores. Gets the RBI. on the ground out to second. And that'll bring Kutcher to the plate.
Now batting, number 12, Blake Kuchar.
I mean, one way or another, you can manufacture runs. If you're Brunswick, you can't do it one run at a time per inning and get back into this and win the game, but it's a start.
Pitcher sends it on the ground towards short. Pavanelli's there to make the play and throws in time for the out. So 6-3 on that one. And that'll bring Fry to the plate. This, though, being the other Fry. We've already seen
Willie.
This will be Willie Fry. We've already seen Alex Fry out there on the mound and in center. And 2 down here for Willie Fry, and he'll take it for a called strike 1. Pitch here. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Looking up and down the Brunswick roster for a Philip J. Fry, but sadly we don't have one.
Sorry to disappoint, Dylan. 0-2 count is low for ball 1.
So far, another strong inning for Henderson, even though you end up giving up a run in the end. But outside of the wild pitch and that hit just barely fell in, he's recovered nicely.
1-2 called strike 3. Fry goes down looking to end the 4th. Right to the bottom half of the inning when we come back. It is Berkeley Post 14-6. Brunswick Post 96-1. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
I like the layout of the course very much. I think it challenges the low handicappers and is very playable for the mid and high handicappers.
All different levels can play on this course.
I think it challenges you from the get-go.
And the first tee program here is one of the best, if second to none. It is the best in the state of West Virginia.
The men have a league, the women have a league, the kids have things going on. Like, it really is kind of the whole package here at Locust Hill. Everybody's very welcoming.
Love the folks here that play golf. Got a lot of great relationships and friendships with people here.
Sometimes you can only judge a course by their members. We have a great core membership here.
I was able to build some fantastic relationships here, and that's why I've been here for 30 years. When you join any club, you're joining to play golf, but you're really paying for the experience. And the experience here at Locust I found to always be a good time and a fun affair.
To schedule a tee time, become a member, or see upcoming events, visit www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call us today at 304-728-7300.
We welcome you back here to the bottom of the 4th, brought to you by Mother Shucker's Crab Shack, located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. 6-1 Hornets here in the bottom of the 4th. Nick Versley alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Dylan, Hornets with a pretty good third. We're able to get 5 across, take advantage of some runners in scoring position, take advantage of some walks and hit-by pitches to set up those runners in scoring position, and have a 5-run inning, and now have a pretty commanding lead here at 6-1.
Right, then now there's an opportunity to just kind of settle in and focus on just having yourself a good at-bat.
Jordan Camby will lead things off, and he'll pop it up over toward first. Mulaney makes the play. Actually, new first baseman over there. That is I instead of Mulaney.
Now batting, the catcher, number 4, Landon Sifford.
So now bring Landon Sifford to the plate. Camby goes down with the fly out. And Sifford walked and flew out the right his first time. He's ahead here 1-0. Next pitch from Ricketts. Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Really testing the outside corner of these last couple innings, on both sides.
The 1-1, a breaking ball, misses inside for ball 2. And the 2-1. Well, it went outside for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. And the next pitch to Sifford is outside for ball 4, so he's drawn his second walk of the evening. And with 1 down in the inning, Cam Moore will come to the plate.
It's just brutal sometimes to have a team that their pitching can't quite find the zone. Because at least when the ball is put into play, sometimes you're going to, even if the hitters are seeing it well, they're going to hit it at a fielder, get themselves some outs one way or another.
Ball gets away from the catcher, Gregory, on a bouncer, and that allows Sifford to take second.
It can just be kind of demoralizing when it's just a parade of walks if it gets to that point again.
Moore with an RBI single and a hit by pitch. He sends this one on the ground towards second. Pierre throws in time for the out. So 2 down here in the inning on the ground out from Cam Moore. And that will bring J.J. Pavanelli back to the plate, who's grounded out and walked so far. So Hornets with a runner in scoring position, 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2, J.J. Pavanelli.
And Pavanelli was our player of the game last week. Had himself a good time out there. Drove in a run, made some plays out at shortstop.
Here's the pitch, called strike 1. Pavanelli, the former Jefferson Cougar. With a runner on third. And the next pitch, just a little bit high, I guess, for ball 1.
That's a good way to put it. A little high, I guess.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
1-1, 1 strike. Pavanelli pops it up deep center, left center, I should say, and coming over to make the play is Boyer, the center fielder, Fry now in center, making the play for the final out of the inning as we head to the 5th. Hornets 6, Brunswick 1. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
To P.O. Faulkner Park, Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, John Allerton, our on-site producer. Top of the 5th inning is brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. Kyle McLaughlin back in the studio, doing a great job for us as well. But Dylan, here we are, the 5th, top of the 5th. We're going to see a new pitcher as well, Riley Morgan.
Right, so things are not going to get any easier for Brunswick, that's for sure. It's not a break. Hey, that's the strength of this team. Tripp has said it. We say it. It's you just look up and down the roster, you know these guys, and you know that pitching is a strength. You just have guys like Riley Morgan and Connor Chansey, even on a day when you have a 3-man bench, have 2 of them be 2 of the guys on the bench, then plenty of arms to throw out there.
Yeah, I mean, Morgan, the left-hander, did not get a chance to pitch much or at all up in Morgantown, so going to throw him here tonight for at least an inning or 2, possibly the remainder of the game, depending on how he's throwing, I'm sure. But 6-1 lead here for the Hornets.
We saw 1 inning out of him last week, I believe. He closed it out, if I remember correctly.
Fry will send this one toward third, and great play from Oviedo to get the out. Fry leading it off here in the 7th hole. He grounds out to third base. Oviedo's been very active down there at the hot corner. Seems to fit the name here tonight.
Right. Yeah, there's been plenty of plays over there, and that was a really good one by Oviedo. That was a pretty hard hit ball, so he had to react very quickly.
This one runs in and hits the batter. And he sprints down there to first base. Showing no pain, though.
Yeah. Okay, don't let him know it hurt. But now he's kind of, going back there, reaching at the leg. I mean, now he's feeling the sting a little bit, I'd say.
So that'll bring Resto, the catcher, now into the game for Gregory. And Oler now into the game again for Everhart. Takes the first one outside for ball 1. And with 1 down, Brunswick trying to get something going here. Big swing and a miss from Oler for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Runner on first base for Brunswick. And there's a big swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Not in time, but a close play there from Landon Sifford, firing it down to Jet Gross down there at first base. Luckily for Brunswick, they slide back in safely. 1-2 count here with 1 out. Next one from Riley Morgan is low and outside for ball 2. Two. Runs inside on him, and he ends up sending it the opposite way into right field. An accidental hit, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he was going for. I mean, I guess it was protecting the plate one way or another, but he found the hole.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
Just how he drew it up, though.
Hit him where they ain't.
So 2 on and 1 away for Brunswick. And back to the top of the order here with Ricketts now coming to the plate. Takes that one for a called strike 1.
I like hit 'em where they ain't, but my favorite Yogi Berra-ism, and it was my dad's favorite as well, was nobody goes there anymore, it's too crowded.
This one, called strike as well. 0-2 count here on Ricketts. Morgan's 0-2, low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second for Brunswick. It's Riley Morgan a little bit wild here in this appearance, but overall has been fine. It seems like there's a big swing and a miss for strike number 3 as he tries to settle in, and he gets the strikeout here.
Yep, recovering well. Gotten himself the 2 outs now. 1 more out to close things off and keep these runners on base without coming across.
I'll bring McDonald to the plate, the right fielder, and he fouls it away. McDonald single back in the first. And I believe a ground out earlier as well to second. Hitting here 0-1 with 2 down. Runners take their leads. Morgan delivers a perfect pitch there for a strike. So 0-2 count, 2 down. Runners on first and second. And Morgan again delivers on 0-2, and it's a called strike 3 for the final out of the inning. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, it is 6-1. Berkeley Post 14. This is American Legion Baseball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The fifth is brought to you by the Wagner Law Firm, West Virginia's premier DUI defense attorney. Visit WestVirginiaDUILawyers.com. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, John Allerton, our on-site producer, back in the studio, Kyle McLaughlin. Dylan, we've seen a little bit of everything so far from the Hornets. Some good defensive plays, some good at-bats. Probably still want a little bit more, I think, out of the offense at times, but you know, it's tough to score every inning, but that is a lot of teams' goals. And the pitching's been subpar so far, as Riley Morgan ending last inning with that strikeout.
Right, they've been disciplined at the plate, I've thought.
Or superb, I think I said subpar. But
subpar and superb are certainly two very different things. So, but yeah, superb for sure. I think the hitters have been disciplined so far, with the Brunswick pitchers having some trouble finding the zone as first pitch is into Oviedo for a strike. But when they needed to, they've mostly been able to drive the runs in. They had the first couple innings they left some guys on, but after that, the 5-run inning, that's all it really takes is one to jump out to a lead like this.
Yeah, I mean, there has been 5 walks to this point, so good at-bats in terms of not being overly aggressive, as this one's fouled away from Oviedo. You also have that was close to hitting a fan, but luckily he was able to duck out of the way. But you do have a hit by pitch as well in there, so you've had your fair share of free bases given up by Brunswick, and you gotten 6 runs across on those. We'll definitely take it. 1-2 count on Braden Oviedo, who has walked twice here tonight. Him and Sifford have both walked twice. Pavanelli's walked once. As this one's lined out toward right field and making the plays, McDonald out there and right.
McDonald's had a pretty busy day himself out in right field.
It's true.
Had to make a good number of plays, and he's made them all.
So Oviedo flies out to right, and Braden Edwards will come to the plate now. Edwards has struck out, has the 2 RBI single, one of the bigger hits in the game, back in the third, and he'll send this one on a rope toward right, but right to McDonald. Looked good initially, but didn't have as much carry as it looked like it could have off the bat, as it just kind of died out there in right field.
Number 13, Michael Postgame.
Well hit ball, though.
Now they're really keeping McDonald awake out and right, just 2 in a row like that.
Now Michael Poltar to the plate. Poltar hitting for Smith here as he's entered the game, entered in right field, and then Cam Moore moved to second. Smith was 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to, guess who, Dylan? McDonald, right?
Wow.
One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Bottom of the 5th inning, 6-1. Hornets on top. And the pitch to Poltar misses low and outside for ball 2. We're back here tomorrow for Hornets baseball, taking on Frederick. And this one's low for a ball. And then this weekend we'll have the Hornets Legion tournament with a bunch of action. 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. Foul tip for strike 2. Tomorrow's game starts at 7 p.m. 6:45 pregame show. See if the Hornets are sitting at 5-1 heading into that one. As Poltar is going to hit this one hard out toward left field. That will fall in for a base hit. Poltar, with his good speed, is going to head into second and slide in there after Pierre Marini struggling to find it out there and left. And Michael Poltar is on second base.
It's a nice play, and out in left field for Brunswick, kind of a ball right in the middle of, do I come in on it aggressively, do I sit back on it? And there's been a couple times where that's led to at least an extra base for the Hornets.
Gross will take this one low for ball 1. Jet Gross, 2 RBI single his last time, but was thrown out at second. Trying to stretch it into stretch it into 2 bases. Still probably would have been a single with the advance on the throw, but either way, a productive hit last time, and he gets ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes with 2 down, and a runner on second and Poltar. Next pitch. Runs in, nearly hits Gross. The third as Poltar took off. It gets away from the third baseman. Lowry down there at third, I do believe.
That's a heads-up play. That's aggressive. It's a lot more aggressive than we've seen from the Hornets base running for most of this game. They've been pretty conservative. Not that it's a bad thing either way, but
the 3-0 is popped up into center field. And Fry can't play it. He lost it in the sun and will get down. And Poltar will come around to score. It's now 7-1 Hornets.
I guess it was a little bit of an awkward play considering he had to run in pretty quickly and pretty far for it. But yeah, right off the glove.
Going to bring Cole Lewis to the plate, who's grounded out the third in both of his at-bats so far today. And that one gets away from the catcher. And runner in Gross takes advantage and takes second base. So a runner in scoring position for the Hornets, up 7-1. With 2 down and a 1-0 count on Cole Lewis. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base. Next pitch misses outside for ball 3. So Lewis is ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. Gross took a healthy hack on a 3-0, and an error extends the inning. And now this time on 3-0, Lewis lays off, but it's a called strike.
This is one of those opportunities we've been kind of referring to with these guys.
A 3-1 low for ball 4.
These guys at the bottom of the order have a chance to give good at-bats, and that's one right there. You know, it's as simple as he didn't chase the bad stuff. It's good at-bat.
Jordan Canby will come to the plate. Canby hitless so far, but did reach on that error in the first. And the next pitch to Canby, a breaking ball, called strike 1. Runner takes off down there at second, and Gross thought he went away, and then Ricketts lost control of it trying to get the runner at second base as it slipped out of his hand, and that allowed Gross to recover and get back to second base. So that really helps Berkeley Post 14 because it looked like for sure they were going to end the inning there with the runner taking off a little bit early, but it just slipped down to Ricketts' hands as he tried to make the throw.
That was a second missed opportunity to get out of this inning with 2 outs.
Yeah, you have a few errors, a few misplays, and it extends the inning for Berkeley Post 14, who certainly is in good position here in the bottom of the fifth as this one fouled and manager Tobin dives out of the way.
He kind of had to pull a Neo from the Matrix to get out of the way from that one. Almost went full Tommy Lasorda.
Good to see that he's fine down there at third. And good at bat here from Camby so far in this one. He straightens out and sends it into left field. That will score the run as the Hornets extend the lead to 8-1 on the Jordan Camby RBI single. So did the same thing, just straightened it out a little bit, Dylan, and got the RBI.
Right, maybe sat back a little more. If it was the same pitch, let it come in a little bit so that he could get a better swing on it. Or I guess be the opposite, really. He got out on it a little earlier, so he didn't pull it quite as much.
Well, Berkeley Post 14's in a good position here, up 8-1. Runners on first and second, and landed Sifford at the plate. Sifford has reached base safely twice with a pair of walks. And the next pitch to Sifford, hit on the ground towards short. Throw to first, one hops, but into the glove of the first baseman, I, for the final out of the inning. But Berkeley Post 14 does add 2. It's 8-1 Hornets as we head to the 6th inning. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
Top of the 6th, brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. Berkeley Post 14 adding to its lead, 8-1 our score. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. John Allerton, our on-site producer. Kyle McLaughlin back in the studio. And Dylan, Berkeley Post 14 adding to its lead, up 8-1. So we head to the 6th, and Brunswick trying to get something going offensively. Riley Morgan will stay on.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough sledding for Brunswick if they want to try to get back into this, let alone, when it was a 6-run game, 5-run game. But now that the Hornets have added on 2 more, uphill battle. And the Hornets are still putting some good at-bats up there. Even with a big lead, they're still just honing in on me versus the pitcher. That's all it really comes down to.
So we got the third baseman Lowry here to lead things off. As the pitch here from Riley Morgan a little bit low for ball 1. Lowry so far He's had a solid game, both ends of the field. 2-0 count. This one a little bit high for ball 3. So Morgan falls behind, 3 balls and no strikes. Lowry trying to get back on, and he fouls that one straight back for strike 1.
Morgan still settling in a little bit. Coming in from the bullpen, second inning of work.
Post 60 Knights falling to the Smithsburg Blue Crabs here tonight, as there's a swing and miss for strike 2, 6-4 the final there. Full count now as Morgan has worked it back to a 3-2, and then pitch from Riley. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lowry goes down swinging to lead off the 6th. Now bring Eye to the plate.
Yeah, fall behind 3-0, but then get yourself back in it.
Yeah.
Get yourself a strikeout.
Great pitching there from Riley Morgan, who, as this one fouls away with his eye, but Morgan ended the season for Jefferson with some unbelievable numbers, really, when you think about it, considering he was injured, had to wait to pitch this year, and then, I believe had like 70 strikeouts in like 40 innings or something ridiculous.
And for him to end the season with that game in the regional against Martinsburg, where he was able to get Jefferson to that third game in the best 2 out of 3, was super impressive.
This one popped up toward left field, and the center fielder, Jordan Camby, runs over in left center to make the play. So in 39 innings, Riley Morgan struck out 70 batters. So, yeah, had the strikeouts right. I was off by an inning, but that was second on the team.
So that's creeping up on 2 strikeouts per inning.
Yeah.
Pretty insane.
Dominant.
Yeah.
You wonder what he would have done with a full season of work.
Right.
But he was 5-0 with a save as well. Did a lot of different things there for Jefferson. And 6 starts, 8 games. And you see his teammate Jack Gross on this team, his teammate Cole Lewis on this team, other guys that made up for some of his innings that he missed with the injury. So here's an 0-1 count. Cole Smith, of course, as well, but don't believe Smith. Smith didn't pitch, at least at the varsity level. So 0-2 count with 2 outs.
Tyler Lowry, currently the third baseman for Brunswick, warming up in the bullpen. So we may see him in the bottom of the 6th.
So there's a swing and a miss there. Strike 3, Riley Morgan remains tough to hit, even at Legion ball. As we will head to the bottom of the 6th. Berkeley Post 14-8. Brunswick Post 96-1. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR 210.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Hornets in a good spot. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up, part of the lineup. Cam Moore will lead things off, followed by Pavanelli, followed by Oviedo. And Dillon. Berkeley Post 14 has extended its lead out to 8-1. Riley Morgan rolling on the mound as we enter this bottom of the sixth, which is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. And we're going to see Lowry out there on the mound for Brunswick.
Yeah, we'll see.
This heart of the order for Berkeley.
Yeah, likely the last inning that Brunswick gets to throw a pitcher out there unless they can get 7 runs or more up on the board in the top of the 7th, down to their last 3 outs. So get another guy up on the mound, get him some run. Just an inning, so it's not like if you have other games coming up that you're likely going to blow out his arm for,
right,
or have him throw too many pitches to where he can't pitch again pretty soon.
Yeah, and maybe, I'm not exactly sure the pitch counts, but also, maybe Ricketts was getting close where you could still use him later in the week. So
yeah, and Ricketts was starting to struggle a little bit, more so, gave up 2 runs in that last inning.
0-1 count here on Cam Moore, and the next pitch from Lowry, called strike number 2.
It's coming out throwing heat to start out.
Yeah, I mean, just based on what we've seen so far with Lowry, he appears to possibly be this team's best player, just with his defense down there at third, and the fact that he's kind of stayed in the lineup the whole game, I think tells you a little bit as well. And the pitching so far looking pretty good as he misses outside there for ball 2.
He's got a pretty good part of the lineup here to work against as well, so we can see his pitching acumen.
Yeah, for sure. Going up against Cam Moore, J.J. Pavanelli, and Braden Oviedo.
3, 4, 5.
Definitely.
Heart of the order.
And not just any heart of the order. It's some real quality players there. So 2-2 count. Everybody at this level is at least pretty good, right?
Yep.
Playing on a Legion team. As struggling on the mound there, I believe he slipped a little bit for ball 3. So full count on Cam Moore, who got the scoring started in the first with the RBI single. And the 3-2 to Moore, hit on the ground towards short. Throw is in time for the out. Wait, is that Ricketts over there at short? Or no, I'm sorry, that's Oler down there.
Mm-hmm.
Now in for Keegan Everhart. So Moore grounds out to lead off the 6th. And that'll bring Pavanelli to the plate. And Pavanelli takes the breaking ball for a called strike 1. 0-1 with 1 down. Next one. Inside for ball 1. And the 1-1 pitch, a bouncer.
It was a big bouncer.
Yeah. Almost bounced up here if there wasn't a fence.
Right.
2-1 count. Called strike. It was just like we're watching the game in 3D. It was like coming at you.
Yeah. Don't even need the glasses.
Next level stuff here. 2-2. Fouled away by Pavanelli. Hornets still with some good at-bats here, even late in the game.
Yeah, it's tough thing about baseball is that if you're a pitcher, you can be up there all day if you don't get 3 outs. Eventually you'll get pulled, but, the defense in general. So you always have to be on your A game to get out of an inning.
This one misses low and outside for ball 3.
And then on the other side as a batter, it's not really like other sports where you're really going to see guys take their foot off the pedal, like a basketball or football, even you're up by 25 points.
Can't dribble out the clock.
Exactly, yeah.
This one hit hard off the ground, takes that Baltimore chop, throw to first, goes wild into the bullpen. Pavanelli will head for 3 as he is in there at third base on the Little League triple.
So yeah, there's another chance to add on to the lead, but the point
may have been a single anyway, but with
maybe.
the throw being wide there, you just probably rule that an error. I mean, it was going to be a close play.
Point being, a batter's always going to get up there and try his best, because the next out could be the start of a slump at any point. So, and it's just you one-on-one, so it's hard to really get into any sort of mindset of, we're winning. If I get out, I get out,
And the thing is, there is no time element, so the lead is never really safe. You can say, a 20-point lead with a minute left in the basketball game is over, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Even a 5-7 run lead in this part of the game is this one hit on the ground by Oviedo, and that will score Pavanelli. So the only time it is over is if you get to the run roll, which the Hornets would still need 2 more runs to do that. So,
yeah, if they even have one, which it's not in the rule book, but at any time, coaches can agree like, hey, we've done enough.
That is fair. Yeah, I forgot about that point. So used to the high school season, Dylan, but that's why I keep you around. American Legion expert Dylan Bishop.
I had to be reminded of the same thing. Really, Colin McLaughlin's the expert here.
Well, nobody listens to Colin. This is outside for ball 2.
I have to listen to Colin tomorrow for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just be him.
I'm just kidding. That was me. 2-0 count here.
He knows we're just messing.
Yeah, no, he'll take it well.
Hopefully. He does.
I would hope so at this point. If not, we have a problem. 2-1 count, 1 out. And this one called strike number 2. Two. Lined hard down that right field line, but just foul. This is Riley Morgan hitting, by the way, for Edwards here in the DH spot. That's Morgan hitting for himself. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner on first and Oviedo, and the next pitch to Morgan is low and outside for ball 3.
Yeah, we don't really think of Morgan. I should say that we think of Morgan as a pitcher, but he is able to get up here and put the ball in play and get on base as a hitter as well.
Yeah, I mean, had a good season again. Batting for Jefferson this year, typically in the top 3 in the lineup, but sometimes down that 5 spot. I want to say he had around 20 RBIs, so batted around 300. 3-2 count. Hit on the ground towards short. Could be 2. They'll get at least 1, though, on the throw to second, and not going to be in time down that first baseline, so Morgan will reach base safely on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring Michael Poltar to the plate, who reached on error, but would come around to score his last time up. He'll hit with 2 outs and a runner on first and a 9-1 Hornets lead. Pitch to Poltar. Called strike 1.
Another shot for him, getting some run off the bench.
The 0-1 with 2 down. Hit toward left field. Just foul down that left field line as Poltar gave it a pretty good ride, but does not stay fair.
There's a lot of space over there in left field. The left fielder kind of playing more so over towards center field than maybe perhaps usual, although that's a pretty normal spot for him. It's just a lot of space over there. And that was a line drive, so it would have taken a while for a left fielder to get over there. So we're thinking at least 2 bases.
That one misses for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first and Riley Morgan. And the next pitch to Poltar is a called strike 3 to end the inning. Hornets 9, Brunswick 1. We head to the 7th, see if Brunswick can extend it or if Berkeley Post 14 can get its 5th win of the year. We'll have, I believe, a new pitcher as well. When we come back, it looks like it's going to be Cole Smith. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
True.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Cole Smith going to do the pitching for Berkeley Post 14. 9-1 Hornets lead. Smith gets this final inning after some great work, Dylan, from Riley Morgan and Grant Henderson. So he's picking up where those two left off.
Yeah, we'll see if he can continue. Only needs 3 outs. He's got 7 runs to work with, so it's a pretty good situation for him.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about as well the pitching depth. I mean, Smith's another guy on I believe playing on both teams this year that can pitch, certainly can hit. We said earlier, this team's got a lot of catching depth as well, and he can do that. So, good young player. Don't know, how many times we'll see him up here with the senior team pitching, but early in the year, there's definitely opportunities for these guys, and ultimately you're going to try to determine, I guess, your final. I believe it's 18 guys that you can carry into the state tournament roster. So you have a lot of time to do that with vacations, injuries that are going to probably occur, maybe linger over from the end of the regular season that obviously you hope don't happen, but if they do, you got 2 teams here to, pull from and a lot of talent. Smith misses, though, of his first pitch, 1-0 count. To lead off the top of the 7th, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to Ford of Hagerstown.com. 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one fouled down the line by Fry.
The very first pitch got away from him a little bit, but he's had better control in these last 2. I think 3 fastballs.
Willie Fry leading things off here. And the 1-2 from Smith. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Been some great pitching here tonight for Berkeley Post 14. Between Grant Henderson, Riley Morgan, and now Cole Smith. As they'll bring Alex Fry to the plate.
That strikeout pitch was another heater up in the zone.
Does have one of the few hits so far in the game for Brunswick. Pitch misses there for ball 1. The next one popped up and out of play.
Fry's had himself a good day. Maybe Brunswick's player of the game.
Yeah, I mean, he started strong on the mound for the most part.
He's got away from him a little bit in the in the third.
But he started off strong.
Yeah,
I guess you could say first.
Got himself a hit. One of the 2 hits.
And overall, it's been, like you said, they're doing kind of a quiet game for Brunswick. Because here's the 1-2 missing outside for ball 2. Next pitch from Smith. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
little bit off of that one.
2 down here. So in both the games we've seen, and I think this is definitely a good sign for Berkeley Post 14, as we're winding down here, Dylan. It's tough to think off the top of your head, okay, this guy was the player of the game tonight, which I think shows, how much balance is on this team and having multiple guys contribute in multiple different ways. So that will be the task for you as we head into the postgame show.
Right. Yeah, both games has been a lot of, the ones that we've seen have been a lot of opposing teams' pitchers having some trouble finding the zone, and pretty much the whole team up and down just having good patience, discipline, getting themselves on base.
They do have a pinch hitter here for Brunswick, as it'll be number 99, Andrew Spears. Pitch misses inside for a ball. 2-1 count with 2 outs. Cole Smith's next pitch misses low for ball 3. Maybe Grant Henderson? Pitched really well in the start.
I had the thought. Yeah, that probably the first name that came to mind with his pitching performance.
3-1 misses outside for ball 4, so a walk earned here. And that will now have 2 outs in the inning, and Oler coming to the plate.
Now batting, number 9.
9-1 Hornets on top here in the 7th inning. Top of the 7th between Berkeley Post 14 and Brunswick Post 96. The next one called strike 1. Hornets trying to close it out. Get the win, number 5, and be back here tomorrow against Frederick. As this one misses high for ball 1. Junior Hornets also in action here tomorrow. We will not have coverage of that one, but that one begins at, I believe, 4:30. And this one fouled away. The Junior Hornets were supposed to play Frederick Post 11 earlier today, but I don't see any scores. I believe it was a doubleheader, or at least according to Game Changer it was, so don't really have too much of a scouting report for you, but a 1-2 count here, 2 down. High. Of course, that would be the junior team anyway, so it would be a different team tomorrow, but at least have some sort of idea maybe of the program and how they match up with Berkeley Post 14 in some ways. I would imagine they're probably solid, though. Pitch misses outside from ball 3. Frederick's a pretty big area, so you have a lot of kids to pull from.
Yeah, Frederick is typically pretty strong at a lot of sports. Basketball, football.
3-2 pitch. Low for ball 4 as that walks Oler in the inning, continuing a little bit as we'll head to the top of the order. But at this point, it's been all subs as well, so it's kind of a different version of the top of the order with Ricketts coming to the plate. 2 outs, and Brunswick going down without not going down without a fight here. Dylan continuing to stay in the game, continuing to stay locked in and drawing walks as this one misses outside for a ball as Cole Smith again seeming to lose a little bit of that control.
Right. Cole, he's had a little bit of trouble finding the zone, but he's dancing around it.
This one a called strike.
He's just having trouble finding that
getting that final out.
That third strike. Yeah, that third strike or that third out.
Popped up.
There it is.
Right field. Going back and making the play on the run was Michael Poltar for the final out of the game. And Berkeley Post 14 gets the 9-1 win over Brunswick Post 96. Take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the post-game show. We'll wrap things up here, get a player of the game, talk to manager Trip Tobin as well as the Hornets. Once again, your final score, get the win 9-1 over Brunswick. This is American Legion Baseball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back in 2 minutes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Postgame show is brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Owen Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu of daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Our final score here tonight, Berkeley Post 14 gets the win 9-1 over Brunswick Post 96. The Hornets limit their errors to, I believe, just one here tonight. Overall, hit the ball well with hits coming from Jordan Camby, Cam Moore, Cole Smith, and Braden Oviedo, as we're actually going to be joined a little bit earlier than I expected. So we'll go ahead and jump into our player of the game, which is brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. Of the convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, Rock's fast, fresh, friendly. Grant Henderson, our player of the game here tonight. Grant, congrats on the pitching out there. You only, I believe, gave up only one hit. And first of all, I guess just what do you think was clicking for you out there on the mound here today, and what were some of your goals, I guess, heading into the game?
I definitely think that I was just trying to focus on trying to hit my spots today. I tried to focus on just making sure I was trying to do soft contact. I wasn't trying to go out there and throw 9 strikeouts. I was just trying to get ground balls like dudes work.
For you, you play on a Martinsburg team in the spring that just has a loaded pitching staff, and you don't necessarily get a ton of opportunities to show off your stuff at the varsity level. But you come out here today, and this is Legion ball. You play on both Legion teams. What do these opportunities, I guess, do for you in terms of what you're hoping to accomplish with your baseball career?
I feel like they're just letting me come out here, let me show my stuff, just trying to work on everything, get better for the future. So yeah, I mean, any opportunity I can get to get better, I'm going to take it.
And you clearly showed, you can pitch at this level, you can pitch at really any level. I think based on what we've seen for you in the summer and even in the spring. What are some of your, I guess, things that you're hoping to accomplish this season from a personal standpoint and from a team standpoint, and how do you think this game kind of builds toward that?
I definitely think I'm going to try to come out and try to throw, just try to work on myself, make sure I'm getting everything down, just trying to get ready for the next seasons. I feel like a goal for us as a team is definitely to repeat. I don't know, for the junior team, we can try to go out and win the first ever junior regional. So I think that's a big goal for a junior team, and I think for the senior team, it's just try to go out there and repeat again.
And then lastly here, a big week for you guys. Got a lot of games, as usual, when it comes to Legion ball. Just what are some things you're trying to accomplish this week?
Definitely going out there and winning, competing, just making sure we're all getting better.
All right, we will now turn it over to manager Trip Tobin. Grant, great game here for you today, and congrats on the win.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Trip, game goes very well for your team here tonight, a 9-1 win. Really able to do a little bit of everything with the bat, it seemed like. Pitching was tremendous again for you guys. Just what were your takeaways from it?
Yeah, I think the pitching was, it's what we want to see. The pitching, we want to get these guys some reps. We want to get these younger guys some reps up here so we can know who we can rely on down the road. Like, who's going to play middle infield when Carson's, pitching. I think, he's away. So, on vacation, that gives us an opportunity to, to give him a little rest, get some guys out there and mix some things up. As far as hitting, we're still just kind of in a, we're just hunting fastball mode, getting our bats back. We're kind of vanilla right now. We're not taking the bat out of their hands too much. We're not hitting and running. We're not running just yet. I mean, we're just kind of getting the bats going. And we played a little bit of small ball up in Morgantown against a really good team up there. Got some bunch downs. Happy about that. And but tonight I pretty much knew we were just going to kind of swing away. And you can see I didn't give them any signals or anything. So they kind of had the green light on the bases. So it was a day for them to to go out there and not have me dictate their at bats and call their own pitches, and that way they can get some feedback and work on their weaknesses, and then move them forward as we get into tournaments and things like that. We may do a little bit more as far as manufacturing, but right now we're just kind of still in the feeling each other out mode, trying to gel and let these guys work on their weaknesses and get out there and pitch and hit and see good competition and play a lot of ball.
Grant Henderson gives you a great start, a guy that doesn't get a ton of time at varsity due to how good Martinsburg was this year. It's just tough to earn innings, but for you out there on the senior team here tonight against older guys and stuff like that, just really pitching well. What can you say about Grant's progress as a player and just also, just kind of as a person with the ability to stay at Martinsburg and wanting to still be there despite maybe not having all the opportunities to play, even though you could probably play anywhere else in the county if you wanted?
Yeah, it says a lot. I mean, he's a big part of the program. He's going to be a big part of Martinsburg's program next year. It's hard to be talented as he is, and and set on the varsity level behind some really, really good players that posted a great season. But he didn't just sit there. He worked. He got innings in at the JV level. He bullpenned. He was with those guys. He never seen a inning in sectionals, regionals, but he went to every practice and grinded it out. It's showing now. So he's getting out there. The velocity's really good. His command's good. He doesn't give up a lot of free bases, and with the defense that he has behind him, if we can't defend walks, but any pitcher goes out there and throws strikes, and the ball gets in play. You see what the left side does. It's locked down. Jordan and that outfield is just what Oviedo and JJ do on that side, what Jordan and those guys do in the outfield, and I mean, who wouldn't want to pitch here if you just throw strikes and then let those guys get you some runs and make plays? So that's going to be our identity. I mean, we're going to lose if we're going to lose the good teams if we walk guys. I mean, it's just the way it's going to be, and that's just baseball.
You mentioned Carson being on vacation, having to find some different guys to play second for you. Cole Smith over there. Grant only got, I believe, one inning over there, but still, how do you feel about second base tonight?
Well, I mean, Sifford played there a long time in his life. Cam Moore played shortstop for Washington. He can fill in there if we need to and have some fun this summer with it. And, so they're having a little bit of fun with that. But, Cole and Grant, they're up here fighting for a spot, at the end of the day, we have to put a great defense on the field. We also have to put 9 good hitters up there to beat really good Legion teams. So, I think I'm real confident in their defense. Just want to see them get some good at bats and be confident at this level. And if that happens, and certainly there'll be a role for them. And both of them can play third, both of them can play second, both of them can pitch. So very useful, very utility. And 2 guys. Jet looks like he's going to hang out here on the senior. He can play first. He pitches. He runs well. He's left-handed. He's he's an outfielder. And I got a call from Mr. Coach Urish at Fairmont State to come to watch Boober pitch, and he was impressed with Oviedo and Jet. So those guys are getting a couple of looks early here in their rising senior year. So that's our junior and senior year. So that's a plus too. So that's what we're about that as well. So things have been going really well. The junior team's winning in Frederick. I think they're they've already won the first game of a doubleheader, and Bradley Loper, a Martinsburg kid, threw a no-hitter, and they won 11-0. I think they're in a dogfight right now, kind of in a 3-0 game, and the younger Pavanelli's pitching in that game. So, I mean, there's a possibility at the end of the day, if they win the game, this organization is 17-1. It's only June 11th, and we're still just piecing and patching things together. So, really proud of everybody, proud of what they did in Morgantown, proud of what the juniors did in Morgantown, and I really appreciate you guys coming out and doing this game tonight for these guys.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow, and good luck against Frederick, and good luck the rest of the week as well.
No comment about the line drive?
Oh, yeah. Great athleticism from you.
That was almost took my
life. He straightened out the next one, though.
Yeah, he got it, yeah. I hope he didn't catch it on film. See you later.
See you, Trip.
Bye.
As Hornets get the win here tonight, 9-1 over Brunswick, post 96. We get back to some of those stats for you, but I mean, kind of wrapped it up to this point. Grant Henderson pitches very well, only allows a hit in his innings of work. Hornets as a team only allowed 2 hits. Riley Morgan, Cole Smith coming in relief and pitching well as well for Berkeley post 14. The bats were there when they needed them to be. Overall, there was a free base game, kind of taking advantage of some of that stuff. And Berkeley post 14 gets the win. They'll be back in action tomorrow, Dylan, but you'll be on vacation.
I will
I'm sure
be.
You'll be tuned in, right?
Oh, of
From
course.
Jamaica?
Yes.
What time will it be in Jamaica?
They don't observe daylight savings time. That's the only difference, but it is Eastern time zone otherwise,
Okay.
so it's an hour difference. But I'll say on the way over here, Grant Henderson said that it must be something about June 11th. He was the player of the game exactly a year ago today for the junior game that we did.
Yeah, I did see that note, and just kind of made me freeze, but I didn't really know where to go with Grant sitting there. So I was just like,
Right.
I'll just say it's something about it later, maybe. But thank you for remembering that, Dylan.
Yeah.
That's a good memory by him.
Right, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Player of the game means something to these guys.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But that'll do it for us, unless you had any final thoughts, Dylan.
No, I think it's been pretty much covered. It was just a good game overall.
All right, good win for the Hornets. We'll say once again our final score, 9-1. Berkeley post 14. I'm staring at that Martinsburg logo. Berkeley post 14 gets the win over Brunswick post 96. For Colin McLaughlin back in the studio, John Allerton, our on-site producer, Dylan Bishop. I'm Nick Verzolini, wrapping it up here from P.O. Faulkner Park. Hornets advance to 5-1. They're back in action tomorrow night, 7 p.m. First pitch, 6:45 pregame show. Have a good night, everyone. You've been tuned into American Legion Baseball for the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball. Keep it tuned to 106.5 FM, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online at talkradiowrnr.com.